showers and thunderstorms rolling into the area with a severe threat. I'll have those details.
Plus, a second suspect is charged in a Newton County, Missouri murder case. And
Pittsburgh's Art Walk is back and celebrating different artists in the community. I'm Bronte Sorotsky with those details.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Storms are rolling through parts of the 4 states tonight. This is KOAM News at 10. Let's go straight to Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy.
Yeah, most of us have been very calm, very quiet throughout the evening hours. It's mainly been to the west and to the northwest of us, but this line is going to start to push in as we go through the next several hours. We were never anticipating the metro to even get any storms until 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. It looks like that's pretty much where we are sitting right now, but you can see this intense line of thunderstorms, numerous severe thunderstorm warnings. We've had numerous tornado warnings, confirmed tornado warnings out to our west. We are now switching to the part of the storm system that we're really going to see hail and wind through the overnight hours for us tonight. Can we rule out a small tornado? Absolutely not. So we do still have a tornado threat, but the higher threat is going to be hail and wind as this line starts to sag in pretty intense storms over the next 3 or 4 hours. They will start to weaken once they get closer to the metro. Of course, I'm going to break this all down for you. And hey, it's almost the weekend as well in just a bit.
See you soon. A second suspect is charged in a Newton County murder case. Authorities say 64-year-old Eddie Fisher helped his son Damian Fisher hide the body of Scotty Roller. Police say Damian Fisher shot and killed Roller after an argument over the purchase of a vehicle. Eddie Fisher then helped Damian wrap Roller's body in a rug and dump it down a well on Eddie's property near Seneca, police say. Eddie Fisher is charged in Jasper County with tampering with physical evidence. Damian is charged in Newton County with second-degree murder and armed criminal action. Tomorrow is National Drug Take-Back Day. It's where agencies all across the country set up special bins for people to anonymously turn in prescription drugs. That day plays a big role in getting opioids off the streets. The Ozark Center in Joplin says they've seen an increase in opioid overdoses in the area, but they say it's not just limited to those facing addiction issues.
But it's also important to remember, too, that changing the way that you take your medication. So if you're prescribed a certain medication and you change that, that also increases your chances of an overdose or a medical interaction. So if you have multiple medications around and you accidentally take it out of the wrong bottle, you're increasing your chances.
If you are facing any addiction issues or you know someone who is, you're urged to contact the Ozark Center or the Urgent Behavioral Services Facility in Joplin. For more information on the take-back sites in our area, you can visit our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. Republican lawmakers in Kansas have approved a measure to prohibit the state or its cities, counties, or school districts from imposing mask mandates. Lawmakers supporting the measure argued the pandemic showed the need to protect people's personal liberties. Critics said the restrictions would make it harder to check the spread of dangerous new diseases or even familiar ones like measles. Governor Kelly has not said what she's going to do with the bill, but it fell far short of the 2/3 majorities necessary in both chambers to override a veto. A divided Missouri Senate has narrowly voted to allow some food stamp recipients to use their benefits at restaurants. The bill extends the restaurant option to an estimated 182,000 households with elderly, disabled, and homeless residents enrolled in SNAP. Missouri's Republican Senate leaders joined Democrats to pass the bill, though most Republicans voted against it. The legislation now advances to the House. Downtown Pittsburgh is highlighting local talent with a festival showcasing their work in a way that gives back to Kansas artists. KOAM's Bronte Sorotsky has more on the Pittsburgh Art Walk and how it helps artists continue to make an impact on the community.
If artists in Southeast Kansas had a Super Bowl, it would look like the Pittsburgh Art Walk.
I think every community should celebrate art because it's an important part of just the community.
And art is so important in Pittsburgh that the city hosted an event similar to a festival for artists to share their work with the community, something they aren't always given the chance to do.
This is kind of our Super Bowl. So we're allowing them to come out and sell their work and get to know the community and have people come up and they can buy buy their artwork or just get to know the artist.
For artists like Miranda Ballou, she knows firsthand the importance of having a creative outlet.
Because it's a form of expression, it's a way for people to express themselves, and it's just a good outlet for people.
Ballou, who makes handmade jewelry, says it was her own mother who inspired her to get involved in art in the first place.
My mom actually started it years ago, and so she kind of showed me how to start my jewelry making.
Krista Cunningham, president of the Pittsburgh Art Walk, says she wanted to hand the spotlight to talented artists in the community who don't always get that recognition.
Art invokes emotion, and it also demonstrates, or it just showcases talent, is what it does. There's so many talented people in this community, and they don't often get a chance to share that with others. And so allowing that to happen in our area is and create this event that is just fine arts focused, it just brings all sorts of awareness to the area and offers perspective.
And with a wide variety of art ranging from live music to jewelry, there was something there for everyone. In Pittsburgh, Bronte Sorotsky, KOAM News.
This is the first Art Walk of the year for Pittsburgh. The next one will be in September. Carl Junction, Missouri hosted an event for Southwest Missouri Region Special Olympics. Athletes of all ages gathered to compete in a track and field day. During the opening ceremony, students from the Carl Junction High School Philanthropic Club presented a check to the Special Olympics of Missouri for $15,000. A Miami, Oklahoma 4-year-old is going to Disney. Mason McGuire has been battling leukemia since he was 3 years old and has always wanted to go to Disney World. So Miami high school students put on fundraisers for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. With the help of the community, they raised more than $10,000 to help make Mason's wish come true.
Being able to help other kids is just really big on my heart. And so Make-A-Wish has kind of stolen my heart away, and I definitely hope to work with them in the future.
This is the third year Make-A-Wish has worked with Miami High School. Coming up, the CDC investigates some unusual hepatitis cases among kids. Plus, Arkansas is suing Family Dollar over a rodent problem at a distribution center. The CDC is investigating unusual cases of hepatitis among children. The center today released new clinical details about some of the cases. At least 18 cases have been reported in 4 states. They involve children with acute hepatitis, but no one knows what caused it. According to the CDC, all of the patients tested negative for hepatitis viruses, but positive for an adenoid virus. Those are common viruses that can cause a range of illnesses. They have even been known to cause hepatitis in immunocompromised children. Told you yesterday about an FDA plan to ban menthol cigarettes. Well, a new survey says if it happens, more than 1.3 million smokers might quit. That prediction is largely based on what happened in Canada when menthol was banned there. About 22% of menthol smokers quit when that happened. The researchers noted differences in the U.S. and Canada, like illicit tobacco sales, that make a direct correlation difficult. The investigation into a rat problem at a Family Dollar warehouse in Arkansas has taken a new turn. Yesterday, the state's attorney general said the state is suing Family Dollar over the discovery of more than 1,000 rodents at the facility. Reporter Mandy Rock has more.
But today, I'm announcing on behalf of the state of Arkansas that we have filed a lawsuit against Family Dollar and parent company Dollar Tree Incorporated.
More legal action taken against Family Dollar. This after rats were found at a West Memphis distribution center, contaminating the food and medicine you buy to keep your family healthy.
Actions put hundreds of their own employees at risk, as well as families across Arkansas being put at risk for their own health and safety.
Arkansas Attorney General Leslie Rutledge announced the lawsuit Thursday. She said all 85 stores in Arkansas were impacted by the contamination and recall.
We're looking at approximately 2.5 years worth of products being distributed across into those 85 stores in the state of Arkansas.
Despite warnings from the FDA and Arkansas Department of Health, the lawsuit alleges Family Dollar continued to store and distribute product in unsanitary conditions. Attorney Rutledge said the lawsuit seeks punitive damages, restitution, and civil penalties on behalf of all Arkansans who were impacted.
We don't want to wipe out a source of groceries or medicine, but if those groceries and medicines are not safe, then we need someone else providing that service.
Companies also facing other legal action. Shortly after the recall, a team of lawyers said they're helping people take steps toward a class action lawsuit. In March, Dollar Tree, the parent company, revealed the company got a federal grand jury subpoena about that issue. In a first since 2015, Amazon reported a loss in quarterly profit. Comes after a long-running high during the pandemic when consumers bought almost everything online. Amazon's been hit with higher warehouse and delivery costs while at the same time offering higher salaries to attract employees. The company also said it took a $7.6 billion loss on its investment in the electric automaker Rivian. A little bit later, a Columbus junior sets the school high jump record in his first ever high school track meet.
Plus, we have a loud night ahead of thunderstorms all night long. We're going to talk about that coming up. Well, we had some morning showers and thunderstorms across the region. Then most of the day was okay. It's still, most of us, okay right now. We do have a tornado watch, which has been out for quite a while, out across southeastern parts of Kansas, and then our far northern counties, we have a severe thunderstorm watch, which extends north toward Kansas City. You can see all the severe thunderstorm warnings. The overall tornado threat is much lower now. The cold front has overtaken the dry line, which means now we just get a line of storms that roll in. Now, sometimes along these lines, we do get some small spin-up tornadoes, and that is still a possibility over about the next 3 or 4 hours. We're going to have to see if any watch extends a little bit farther south and east, but the overall trend is going to be these storms weaken once we get past about the 1 o'clock in the morning hour. All right, look at the storms earlier out across southeastern Kansas. We had some discrete little supercells that were rolling through. So we had several tornadoes, a pretty big one on the east side of Wichita near Andover. Now you can see it has all formed into a line as the cold front starts to press off toward the south and to the east. A few little thunderstorms out ahead of it in southwestern Missouri, but this line is going to start to accelerate now off toward the south and to the east. So our main threat switches over to very strong winds, 70-ish miles per hour, also some large hail. But again, sometimes on these front edges, we do get some small spin-up tornadoes, which of course we're going to continue to monitor. Here's Iola. Severe storm just to your north, northern parts of Woodson County, so Yates Center north and west. We also have a severe thunderstorm as this line continues to push south and east. Here is Greenwood County, so Eureka's been hit pretty good over the past several hours, but this line is extending now south of Wichita and then into northern parts of Oklahoma. So this is going to be interesting to see what this guy decides to do as he plows off toward the south and to the east. So once he gets into southern, extreme southeastern Kansas, northeastern Oklahoma, we may have some issues with very strong winds and also some large hail. So of course, Nick and I are going to be on top of it and watch it as we go through the overnight hours. Greatest severe threat on the Kansas side as these storms start to weaken. Once they get into southwestern Missouri, you can see our severe threat starts to decrease, but that's not going to be, gosh, until after 3 o'clock in the morning. Let's go through time. Let's watch this line march in. Strong to severe, main threat, hail and wind. So we're looking at 1:30. You can see this line all the way down through northeastern Oklahoma. After 2 or 3 o'clock, by the time it gets into Pittsburgh, by the time it gets into Joplin, Miami, Carthage, Neosho, these are going to weaken. We're still going to have strong storms and a few isolated severe thunderstorm warnings. After this point in time, here's 3 a.m., I think we just switch to regular old thunderstorms, just good old thunderstorms, southwestern Missouri, then they're gone. So that's good. So at least these are going to weaken as they push in, but they are going to still cause a pretty good punch over the next 3 or 4 hours. Nice shot, Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. Looks pretty good right now. Of course, these storms are going to work on through as we get into the overnight hours. Tomorrow looks great. Look at this, partly sunny skies, 73 degrees, 75 on Sunday. However, thunderstorms return Monday, and also a severe threat returns on Monday as well. But at least the weekend looks pretty good.
That is a bright spot, I guess.
I
After we
agree.
get through this long tunnel that is tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Next time. Still ahead, a Columbus junior sets a new school record in the high jump in his first ever high school meet. And Missouri Southern baseball kicks off their final series of the regular season against Missouri Western. Jacob Leonard joins us with the highlights next.
The Pittsburgh State Gorillas are playing their final series of the regular season this weekend, and it's a pretty big one. The Gorillas are on the road against Washburn, trying to earn a top 4 seed in the conference and a home game to begin the MIAA tournament next week. Game 1 is tonight. That is over. Pitt State wins it 14-3. Austin Bonnell continues his hot streak, going 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. With that win, the Gorillas have earned a home series to begin the MIAA conference tournament next week. Missouri Southern baseball also begins their final series of the regular season tonight, hosting Missouri Western. Down 2-0 in the first, bases loaded for Ryan Doran. Drives one all the way out to the fence. Nate Miskowski, Matt Miller, and Henry Kuziak all come home. Lions have their first lead of the night on the 3-run double. Later in the first, I've heard this kid's name before, Tragan Parker with a man on, up and out, 2-run jack for Parker. Lions get 6 in the first. Out to the second, Henry Kuziak's turn to go deep. This one clears the fence out there in center field. It was all Southern tonight. They top Western in this one 10-3. Well, Pitt State football partners with Kansas Special Olympics to host its annual Victory Day event this afternoon at Kearney Smith Stadium. More than 60 Special Olympics athletes got the Pitt State game day experience, complete with the Gorilla Walk and one-on-one time with the PSU players. Our own Danny Terzer gives us a look at the special day in Pittsburgh.
This is one of our favorite events every year. Today we call it Victory Day. It's just an opportunity to serve the local kids here.
Okay, I see you up top again. Down low. Oh, you gotta make it. There we go.
So pretty much today we just, letting them get active. We're gonna have fun and everything, and just let them score a touchdown to make them feel like a Pitt State Gorilla.
My guy William, he's not really into football, but we were able to play catch, teach him how to throw a spiral, and we were able to interact over movies and superheroes. So it's not just about football; it's about just hanging out with them and just making sure that they have a good time.
So much fun to watch our guys interact with the kids, and I think it's just so beneficial on both sides. I think it's really important to give back, and they're blessed to have the opportunities that they get. And, sometimes when you're working hard in the weight room or out here on the field, you forget about the blessings.
All right, here's the hand off the rain. Wow, she's going around the right side. Man, she is moving like lightning. Hey, look at that. All right, that's touchdown for Rain over there.
It brings joy to my heart. They look at you like a big brother or a big sister.
Wrap it up, all right? All right, ready? Go.
It feels very nice to actually give back to the community. I'll do it any day of the week.
Now, the day ended with a full team photo at Kearney Smith Stadium, and this is the second year the Gorillas have hosted the event. And finally, high school track and field today in southeast Kansas with Girard High School hosting its annual Girard Invitational. And here are some early highlights from the day. Girls pole vault, Pittsburgh's Michaela Keller wins the event, 9 feet 6 inches this afternoon. Right behind her in second, clearing 9 feet even, Galena's Blaze McNeamer. Now, girls long jump, Colgan's Allie Skripsik ties her PR and wins the event with a mark of 15 feet 9.5 inches. Joey Hedinger from Carthage takes second at 15 feet 5 inches. But no doubt this was the story of the day. This dude here, Columbus junior Colt Ungehauer, he was pitching for the baseball team last night, and this is his first high school track meet ever. He won the high jump, clearing 6 feet 10 inches. a school record and the best in the state this season in all classes. Again, his first ever high school track meet.
Yeah, I didn't really expect to go that high. You know, I practiced about 3 or 4 times. Never actually tried to go that high, so didn't really know what to expect, but it turned out pretty well. Been playing a lot of baseball lately and decided to come out and try it for the first time. Haven't done it since junior high, so went well today. I think I can continue to get better if I just keep going at it and go to probably practice more than 3 or 4 times like I've been doing right now. So yeah, just keep getting better at it.
That's it for sports. We're back with more news after this.
Take time now to honor a local veteran. James Baker Sr. served in the U.S. Navy during World War II. His hometown, Nevada, Missouri. And we salute Seaman James Baker Sr., a 4-state hero. An Italian woman gets a birthday surprise 77 years in the making. Now this week, the U.S. military delivered a birthday cake to Marie Mion. It was a special ceremony in Italy to celebrate her 90th birthday. Now, why they did this goes all the way back to World War II. In 1945, Mion was celebrating her 13th birthday. U.S. troops were fighting German soldiers nearby, so Mion and her mother hid in the attic. The next day, a freshly baked cake her mother had left on the windowsill was gone, taken and eaten by American troops in the area. That was her birthday cake, and today's ceremony finally repaid that cake. As you can see, a little teary-eyed there. You would understand.
It's a pretty cool story.
It is nice, yeah. All right, people have to be alert tonight, and you're going to keep us on top of the weather.
Yeah, we're going to have a new severe thunderstorm watch that comes out farther east here soon. This line is picking up steam. It's going to start plowing off toward the east at about 50 miles per hour. Big hail and wind threat over the next 3 or 4 hours. We're going to be streaming on the KOAM YouTube here in a bit if you want to hang out with the weather team.
And a final sports note.
We put our full story with Colt Ungehauer, of course, the Columbus kid who broke the school record in the high jump. You can check that out on our website.
Very good. Thanks for joining us. Please stay in touch, be careful, and let's make it a great weekend.